What's going on, my good people? It's your boy Jay Nice. This is Highly Opinionated, and today I just want to cover a couple things, man. So it's a personal thing. So I'm on my journey. As you know, I'm on my gun journey. Just taking this year to get some certifications and improve my skill sets and just up my training so I can train others, right? So I've been talking to my mother about starting a nonprofit, right? So one of my things I want to do is reach people in the community, as far as in the urban communities, just about gun knowledge, females dealing with boyfriends, individuals like that who might be around guns, and how to protect themselves around guns. It's pretty much protecting yourself around people who don't have gun safety. I think people miss out on that kind of information, right? So they see how other people around them handle guns, and they think that's how they're supposed to handle guns. So I just want to do some educational stuff. So I was talking to my mother, who worked in workforce development for a number of years, and she's retired now. So, she's trying to find her niche in life now, since she's bored and she doesn't want to work at Walmart as a door greeter. So she was talking to me about a nonprofit. So, and as I'm talking to her about guns and stuff, which I go over sometimes, but she's not the biggest gun enthusiast, so I kind of keep that stuff to myself. But over the past year, she has become more interested with everything that's going on with the rise in African Americans buying guns, with the rise of African Americans actually doing training, the rise of black women buying weapons, guns. So she's taking interest, so to speak, not one-on-one or anything, but just being aware of people who need them, or the need of a weapon. I think some people didn't think people needed weapons, and that was her kind of thinking, like, why do people need weapons? And if nobody had weapons, then there would be no problem. But I think sometimes when you sit down and talk to people like that, and you break some things down, you bring some statistics and stuff like that, they find that they've been believing the wrong media outlet, right? So as we all know, right now we got laws trying to confiscate high capacity magazines. They're going after pistol braces. They're going after making guns in your house. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty much an attack on our constitutional rights. I heard one thing about New York trying to do a 5-cent tax on every round. So many things are far-fetched and probably won't get passed, as we know. But it's the thinking behind these things. And I tell people all the time, don't neglect the thinking. Just because something sounds dumb, don't neglect the thinking behind that, and the people who back that kind of thinking. Because there's more people that back stuff than you might would think. You might would think something is dumb or doesn't make sense. You'd be surprised at the following that it has. So, but I think that's because of miseducation. I think you have people out here who are telling people the wrong things about guns, and they just go with it because they don't know any better, or they just hear a negative story. It's kind of like pit bulls, right? In the dog world, pit bulls are seen as the most vicious dogs in the world. They just attack people, they turn on people and all this kind of stuff, but it's not true. Dalmatians turn on people more than a pit bull. It's just that when a pit bull does attack, it's more vicious using another animal, but it's usually directed towards animals, not owners. But it's also with how you train that dog, right? So it's how people train in the gun world of being responsible gun owners. Criminals don't usually train. Criminals, they already think they know everything. They don't go get legal guns. Why? Because legal guns are easy to be traced. It's a lot of things to this that people don't normally think about. And one thing that my mother said that was interesting to me, and I started going on a rant about, was assault weapons. So a lot of people think assault weapons are all automatic assault rifles, military grade, fully automatic, 50 caliber killing machines. Just rip an elephant or a planet apart or something. And I had to explain to her that there's semi-automatic and fully automatic, and people who have fully automatic handguns have special licenses to have them. They're very expensive, so people usually don't have them. Regular people don't. And and the things that are happening with people like committing crimes, and they're altering their weapons. So it's not like you just go get your hands on a fully automatic weapon and roam the streets and chop down a building. It's not happening that way. But she didn't know that my rifles was semi-automatic, because she was like, oh, well, aren't your weapons fully automatic rifles? I'm like, no, I wish, but no, you know what I mean? Like, no, I don't have the licenses or anything from the ATF to own anything like that, so I don't. So, but she didn't understand that. She didn't know the difference. And when I watch some of these candidates on TV, and you know, like the guy running for Texas, I can't remember his name right now, but he was the one that said, we're going to take your ARs. You know, now he's saying, you know, oh, no, I believe in people's Second Amendment rights and all this stuff. Everything is, people blow with the money. This is how it goes, right? People change their opinion on things based on personal situations, right? But we can't let that overshadow law, okay? So now the ATF is making laws. It's crazy, but they're really making laws and overstepping their boundaries. But it seems like they're going to have that leeway until we can get somebody in office who can actually stand by their citizens and keep the promises they make. So, you know, and I find it funny that, you know, a lot of people now are really waking up, especially with the Ukraine situation. Ukraine is showing Americans how to wake up, okay? Sometimes people need to be seen things, shown things in a harsh way for them to actually think and realize what's going on. So, you know, they said there was no need for them to have weapons. There's no need for the citizens to have weapons. They had no Second Amendment rights, you know, until now, with no training. So now you have people picking up weapons who have no training, no experience behind it, probably don't know how to clear a malfunction or anything like that. So you're making your people sacrificial lambs. And now you call on the rest of the world to aid you, right? It's amazing, man. You know, when Biden pulled out and Al Qaeda took back over and whatnot, what did they do? They disarmed the citizens. Why? You don't need weapons anymore. We're here for you. The government is here to protect you, the citizen, right? I think people are waking up, okay? I think people are transitioning some of their thoughts about the conspiracy theories, that people try to focus on Illuminati and all this kind of stuff instead of focusing on things that actually make damn sense, right? Or have a purpose, right? You focus on Illuminati, it's not going to help you. You focus on the laws that your country is passing and the people that is passing them, that will help you. You see what I'm saying? So I think people need to refocus, you know, Instagram, Facebook. You have countries saying that Facebook dictates how people govern. That is amazing power and reach. We had a president in there who was trying to curb this kind of stuff, but that's another topic, you know. But I do think the people are seeing now where we went wrong. I do think the people are seeing now that letting a man tell you that you're on black if you don't vote for me was a gimmick, right? You know, that all this money they were giving out was a gimmick to always get who when it's voting time? The minorities. You know, so I hope people start waking up, man. I really do. I hope people start waking up, start training, start explaining to their family members first, because, you know, you might think you have a short reach, but you have to have a long reach. If you tell the information to the people you know, those people have the same. If they have a conversation with you about certain things, they have a conversation with other people about them kind of things. My mother comes to me all the time, and she's an older woman who, a suburban type lady who, you know, you wouldn't see around a gun. She see a gun, she's probably gonna leave, you know. But they're having conversations about this kind of stuff now in Bible study. So people are really paying more attention to guns and the need for them and the applications for them. It's not just self-defense, it's hunting, target shooting, competition shooting. It gives people an outlet, you know, just like reading a book for some people, right? So, but the education is lacking. So the more we can educate the people around us, the more they can educate people around them, and the more our voice and the real information and facts can spread. You know, like when I tell my mother that more people get stabbed every year per FBI statistics, she's like, oh, so we're gonna do ban knives? You know, you have to funnel stuff for people sometimes, okay? I think sometimes there's gun owners and Second Amendment supporters and just gun enthusiasts. We think people should know the things that we know, and then we get, you know, frustrated when they don't, and then we start talking about our rights and all this kind of stuff. When you remember, there's a whole lot of rights we have we all don't know about, You know, it's a lot of stuff out here we don't know unless we're focus driven in that. Alright, I had some technical difficulties, man. My camera cut off, so I cut off mid-word somewhere, so I'm gonna try to make it up. But I was talking about you don't really know all the information unless you're focus driven on a certain area, right? So I don't do hair, and you know, I'm not in the cosmetics and stuff. So if I'm around some people talking about cosmetic stuff, I'm kind of lost. You know what I mean? So I think we have to come down a little bit when we start talking about this kind of stuff. Get people to understand the foundation of it, right? The foundation of gun rights and gun laws, and the real reason for it, which is for the average citizen to be able to protect themselves against threats per government, right? So if we was in a government of tyranny and stuff, we protect ourselves from that government, right? So the government is just not this thing that just cannot fall. You know what I mean? So, and the government is not always best for you, you know. So that is kind of what it was for, right? And so what I try to do is explain stuff more to people. You know, explain weapons to people, show people weapons, like show it to them, let them see that, like, if you put this in your hand, it's not going to just kill somebody. You know, just you looking at it, it's not going to harm you. It's not going to harm anybody unless you pick that weapon up and use it for the purposes of harming somebody. So sometimes people haven't been around it, they don't know. So they're scared of things they don't know until they're shown. You know what I mean? So baby steps on people. But I promise you, the more we talk to people, the more we preach to the people around us, the more they can let people know information that they can go out and research for themselves. I tell people to YouTube all the time. YouTube something, man. Whatever you think about, you can pretty much YouTube it, and it's something's gonna be there. So, you know, let's do more. You know, do more talking and calm it down. You know, sometimes I know when I'm talking to other people, I see the same passion. We have a passion for this, but those people aren't passionate yet. So we have to get them passionate. Coming off too strong sometimes, it's not gonna work, and it's gonna scare people away, and it's gonna back their thoughts, you know, about people with guns being dangerous, or having too many guns is dangerous, or just, you know, being able to protect yourself shouldn't be a thing. Maybe you should drop to your knees and pray. Some people really believe that, you know. So, you know, we have to educate people in baby steps, okay? So watch what you say, watch the way you deliver things, watch your attitude, and we can get more people fighting for our side and getting people to fight for our elected officials that we vote into office. That's all I got. It's your boy Jay Nice. Make sure you like, subscribe, you know, share the content, and stay tuned. I got way more coming.